It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From downtown Milwaukee, tonight, it's the hometown Milwaukee Bucks playing host to the LA Clippers. Opening tip won by the Bucks as we get going at beautiful new Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. Ruling is there was intent. It's an intentional foul.
It's way too early in the game to be intentionally fouling like that. Keep your cool, man. Calm down.
Leonard. And that's the start they wanted here on the road.
Execution is everything. I love the sharpness and precision they came out with in that first possession.
Middleton won't go down. Beverly into the front court.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe.
Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Leonard. He made his first effort, but not that time. Middleton. Whoa, Chris Middleton missed his first. That one goes.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Bucks basketball. George Hill to Middleton. Fires the three. That's a heady play for Chris Middleton. Hand in his face, he still buries the three.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Off the mark. No good. To George. Beverly to Leonard. Beyond the arc for three. And Kawhi Leonard buries the three with a hand in his face.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, he had it. To Middleton. Gets it in the right corner. To Middleton. Lets it fly from long range. George Hill forcing that one. Well defended. To Leonard. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. To Middleton. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Chris Middleton, good on the quick release that time.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, 3 for 6 now.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
Hill. Now that's a contest. George. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Antetokounmpo to Matthews. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw, good for Giannis. It's a 3-point play as the Bucks add to their lead. Leonard, it's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know Offensively, at times, you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Now the Bucks gonna signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Giannis in control of the basketball. 14-13 our score. It's a one-point game. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Trying to cash in. Beverly's shot no good.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
First one goes down. Two for two on that trip. Williams across the timeline. Just under a minute to go in what's been a hotly contested first quarter. Kawhi Leonard. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Bledsoe cleans it up around the perimeter to Matthews. Bledsoe. Middleton. That's how you defend. Leonard. You've got to get that one to go. Milwaukee with the basketball. Matthews to Adetokunbo. Beverly into the front court. Shot clock off as they look for a go-ahead bucket. Down a point. Oh, whistle.
A simple touch foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Too much contact. And free throws coming.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Able to convert on both free throws. First quarter is complete. The Clippers are out in front. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Now a whistle. Now we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mike Budenholzer seen enough from this group. Here come some changes. It's a one-point game as we get rolling once again here in the second quarter. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Beverly. To Beverly. Has a look. Count the basket.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
Williams into the front court. His team up by 1. Finish that. Matthews to Middleton. Matthews. Tough shot. Well defended. Williams across the timeline. Leads 1. Lou Williams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Middleton. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Mo Harkless gets the 2.
I don't know if a body on him would have prevented that bucket, but it at least would have let him know that you were there.
Bledsoe with the basketball. Down 2. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Williams into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
Number 13, Paul George. And number 40, Ivica Zubac.
Leonard. Well defended. Kawhi Leonard tips it. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lou Williams. Middleton. 4-3. He continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
Nice pass to set things up.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Middleton. Ooh, he'll take that.
This is a game of waves. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Leonard knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. To Beverly. Leonard. Oh, you can't do that.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Time to shuffle things up.
Team foul number 2. First foul in the last 2 minutes. Stepping in for the Los Angeles Clippers. Number
Leonard. Giannis grabs the board. Middleton to Matthews. Middleton. Wow, 7 threes in this first half alone. This could be an all-time performance.
And the record is only 13. He's better than halfway there. But as a shooter, you have to remain lost in the battle. And you're only as good as your last shot. Don't beat that record, destroy it.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
And draws the foul.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First try at the line, no good. He missed a pair of free throws. It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard. Man, that was a tough shot.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Giannis with it up top. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. To Bledsoe. Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Whoa, what a finish. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Matthews to Antetokounmpo. Driving right to the bench.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Matthews. With a drop step. Goes reverse to lay it in.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
George gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Clippers have the lead. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the 3rd. Williams across the timeline. Up by 3. Wesley Matthews, huge block. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a chance, add 2 points to the board.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the ball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Time for a breather. Mike Budenholzer turns to his bench. Giannis in control of the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. The drive right to the basket. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Hill into the front court. His guys down 3. Here's a chance from long range. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
He's been waiting a long time for that one to go down.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving 3-point shooters open on the perimeter.
George Hill forcing that one. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Knocked loose. Bucks have it. Middleton. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball, let him prove that it wasn't the D, it was more in his own head.
The Bucks at the controls. Antetokounmpo to Matthews. For 3, and Wesley Matthews buries the 3 with a hand in his face.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Williams. Fires the 3, can't go down. Smothering defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Hill across the timeline. His group now down 2. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Leonard to Paul George. Another chance. From long range, and Patrick Beverley plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Good contest. Middleton off the mark to Leonard. And the slam.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
Bucks at the controls. Middleton. That right there, Jay, his 8th 3 of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
Leonard goes to the left side. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Middleton to Hill. Nothing going here on that drive. Curling inside. Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Leonard. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
To Middleton. Fires the 3. That's good D. Shot no good. To George. Beyond the arc for 3. Drains it.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 6, Eric Bledsoe. Into the game.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Scores from the post.
The assist from number 2.
Giannis with it up top. The deficit is 6. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Stuffs it down with authority.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Middleton. Textbook defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Team foul number 1. Milwaukee Bucks are in the penalty.
Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Clippers are out in front. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Get one for yourself before they're all
The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Adetokunbo to Middleton. Count the basket inside.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Beverly. Leonard to Beverly. Lets it fly from long range. Never dare Patrick Beverly. Hits a wide open 3.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Rebounds taken down by Leonard. Beverly into the front court. His team up by 7. And he finishes at the rim.
Oh man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Matthews. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Middleton. That's out. Last touch by Chris Middleton. New blood coming in for both sides.
Stepping in for the Clippers, number 22, Alex Marcus.
George buries the wide open 3. That's too easy. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Lopez. Not sure what that was all about. It's no good. George, and knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Now the Bucks going to signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. It's that time for new blood. Mike Budenholzer makes the move to his bench. Adetokunbo to Middleton. Hill. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
To Matthews. George Hill. To Matthews. 4-3. Well contested. Wesley Matthews can't hit it.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Middleton. He was all over him.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Down a bundle. To Lopez. Won't go. Middleton sets him up. Knocked loose. To Paul George. Drive here, but the shot stays out to Matthews. Here's a chance from long range. Not going down here. To George. Finishes Pushing inside the paint on that one.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Leonard, message received. Well defended. Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 4 out of 7.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Leonard, add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
To Matthews. Shot from the lane won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
He gets it.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
To Williams. Paul George. Top of the key. To Williams. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Giannis with it up top. His guys down big. Yes, Wesley Matthews. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Oh, emphatic slam. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer, it's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen.